guys, welcome back to Sabers Forever. I'm John, and I'd like to say Happy New Year! We made it to 2023. New year, same me. We're going to be reviewing lightsabers this year. Big surprise, right? Today, we've got a Starkiller, and I honestly couldn't tell you who made it because I just can't remember. But it needed some love, like, whoa. So without further ado, why don't we just jump right in and I'll show you exactly what's going on. Alright, so here is the Starkiller that I just finished up. This is the first install done this year. I actually finished this up on Sunday night. I did start on it a day or two earlier, but there was a lot that needed to be done. This whole saber is weathered by me, so I actually took the time to strip everything. And this had like a clear coat powder coating on it, so it really needed a lot of work to get it to look the way it is. You can actually see this is what the original finish looked like. I left it on the grip section here and a little bit down here. Everything else has been aluminum blacked, where this is all aluminum black. I actually scrubbed this, so I got as much off as I possibly could. That was not on here tight. Now, aluminum black is not permanent, but I don't think that we were looking for a permanent solution for this. It will weather over time, and it can always be reapplied very easily. So you could literally apply it with a rag or a toothbrush or whatever, just in this area. Very simple. It won't affect any of these finished areas, and this is raised, so there's not really a lot of chance of it affecting anything else. And even if it did, all it takes is a little bit of Scotch-Brite to get this kind of finish. So very easy finish to achieve quickly. So yeah, really happy with how it turned out, and the whole saber overall is extremely sturdy. I mean, this body is basically all one piece, and the bottom unthreads. And I teamed up yet again with Chris Skinner, who designed the chassis for me very quickly and efficiently. Love that. We have his initials here, and then in Arabesh, and then on this side it says, oops, sorry, I got a close-up of this because it's really cool. So he put my logo on here. So custom chassis will have my logo, they'll have his initials. This has a 28mm bass speaker, high amp kill switch, a 2.2 Proffie, 18650 3.7 volt lithium ion battery. I put one of my battery wraps on there. And a stock rotary connector. So this guy will just attach or connect on the inside here and light up the crystal, which you know you've got power, and the emitter, and connect the switches, which are right here. So turn this on, flip it to the right, get your boot up. This thing is stupid loud. Tighten up the pommel, and you'll see when it gets tight enough, it'll light up the crystal. So the crystal is set to just pulse, slow pulse off and on while the blade is off. And the power is up top here and the auxiliaries down here. And tap on, turns the saber on. This saber is just very easy. There's no wires to get bunched up, and the controls are very straightforward. Change fonts, tap the auxiliary.
I'm ready.
And I can actually, here's the show of the blade a little bit. So this is your blade retention screw. I'll be sending the Allen wrench with the saber. And I got my little test blade right here. It's a cute little thing. Put this in. You can see some blade effects. really cool. There is music you can turn on by holding the power for 1 second while the blade is off. And you can use the saber. You can also change the volume by holding the power and tapping the auxiliary for 1 second. I'm going to do this on Vader so that I don't invoke the wrath of YouTube for copyright infringement on music. But essentially I recommend turning the music on, so hold the power for 1 second. And then activate volume mode by holding power and tapping auxiliary. When you twist left, it'll turn down, and when you twist to the right, it'll turn back up. When you find the volume setting you want, just tap the power. Really cool. Now, this saber is also set to remember what font it was on, so it has save state. Enabled. So if I turned this off and then turned it on,
a tremor in the force. The last time I felt it was in the presence of my old master.
So it'll remember that what font it was on. Obviously, there's no switches on the chassis, so the only way to change fonts is while this is actually in the saber. But apart from that, there's no deep sleep. After 15 minutes, the LED for the crystal will just turn off after not being moved for any certain amount of time. So when you go to the last font, which is
battery level,
it'll show you the charge of the battery on the crystal. So you don't need to have a blade in. But the way that the progression of the charge on the battery goes is max charge is green, so you have a maximum charge right now. Then it'll sit on blue for a while, which is going to be like mid-charge. When it starts turning white-orange, you're at a very low battery, and red is totally dead. So the saber will start acting funny long before the battery gets to red. Some things that you'll notice it do, symptoms of a low battery, are the speaker is just going to start crackling, and you'll notice that significantly with a blade in the saber. The reason for this is that there's a lot more power being drawn with a full-length blade, and so you'll hear it in the speaker. It'll actually warp the sound of the audio a bit, or it'll eventually start to crackle at intense moments of swinging. So if you hear that, then just plug in your your battery to your charger, which I'm sending a battery charger with this. And in order to get the battery out, you just take your chassis out, turn off your saber, which if you forget to do that, it's not the end of the world. And I just like to tap this side against my finger and the top comes out. So the nipple always goes to the nipple of the chassis, and the negative always goes spring side. And as long as you do that, you're good to go. So it took me a second to figure out, but if there's no boot up when you turn the saber on, there's nothing wrong. It's just in battery mode. So I did not put a boot up on this, but you'll see. There you go. Perfectly fine.
You can never escape me.
So if you accidentally leave it on boot up mode and then flip the switch, just toss it in the saber, see what's up. But now when you turn it off and on, it'll remember the font it was on. It'll always have a boot up for whatever font you're on. And yeah, if you're done using the saber, just make sure to turn it off because there's no deep sleep for this board. And if you do forget to turn it off, then you're going to need your charging station. And all sabers come with a bunch of stickers, and this one's got an Allen wrench. So that pretty much does it for this video, so why don't we just wrap this up. Alright guys, that does it for this video. If you like what you see and you want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe for more awesome saber installs just like this one. There's plenty of openings available that I have for commissions right now as it's the new year, so if you're looking to get a saber installed, I would jump right now. So if you're looking to get any inquiries into my email, it's right there. John at sabersforever.com. I'd be happy to help answer any questions that you have. And if you're looking for any kind of back catalog, you can check out the other videos on YouTube or see the commissions that I have readily available on my website at www.sabersforever.com. I really appreciate all the support that you guys give me and all the attention, so I'd like to just say thank you and Happy New Year. So until the next video, may the Force be with you.